Fado, long, long ago, deep in the woods, there lived an old Kayak. A witch. One of the members of staff is missing.
What do they think happened to her?
Go home.
Well, you still look like your passport picture.
Demons do exist.
It's just people with closed minds. Can't see him.
Fado. Long, long ago.
Who's there?
Fado.
Oh, it's happening. Get me out of here!
Long, long ago. There lived a witch.
Adam, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're here at CinemaCon, and I'm surprised that this is your very first CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Because this is not your first trip down the horror pipeline, though, with Hokum.
It's not.
Does this bring you back to Hellraiser Bloodlines, or what is it about horror? Is it like a genre that you find that you like going back to?
You know, Hellraiser Bloodline was my very first job in a movie, and I was so excited because I was finally going to get a chair with my name on it, a director's chair and they brought me to my chair on set and revealed the chair, and it said Adam Craig. I was like, that's not my name. And I don't know if they ever corrected it because it was like someone put that on there. It's done, and it was fine with me. I wasn't going to complain.
I mean,
I had a place to sit, you know.
Okay, but did you ever get it?
The chair with the name on it?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, good. I was like, because that's sad.
But that was it's an appropriate welcome to Hollywood moment.
That is fair. And I mean, I would just say in general about horror is what excites you about the genre in general. I mean, I think it's such a great thing for in the theater.
I think seeing a horror movie in a movie theater is the way you have to see any horror movie, particularly a great one like Hokum, because Hokum is so scary. There's nothing like seeing it with a room full of strangers in the dark. It's oddly comforting to know that you're not the only one going through this. The screening in Austin that I was in, that I sat and watched the movie with a packed house, there were full screams happening in the audience. People were going crazy, and I think that's all the more fun when it's a group experience.
And then they were also laughing too, because this is another one where it like many of your horror movies, it kind of goes in that like balance between like the horror and the comedy. Do you like that sort of like mashup of it too?
I do. I think whenever you have something that's frightening, you have to have some levity in it. I think Poltergeist is a perfect example of that. There's real jokes in that movie as well as deep scares.
How familiar were with Damien's work? Like, did you see Oddity?
Yeah.
Okay, because did that intrigue you with it? Because I feel like, tell me about that and working with him.
Yeah, I had seen Oddity and then saw it a few more times when I started working with Damien. I'd never seen anything like it. There were really strange. There were images in that movie I couldn't shake, and I couldn't figure out why. He would hold the camera on inanimate objects and just stay there and somehow build tension and somehow scare the shit out of me with just filming a statue, something that is not moving. So I just had to work with him. I didn't know how he did it, but I wanted to try and figure out why. And so I got to work with him and watch him for a couple months.
Set the stage for folks, because they've already, I mean, folks at Austin saw it, but for most folks, all they've seen to this point is the trailer. So I'd love for you to like preview a little bit what they have in store, especially maybe folks that haven't seen Oddity, so they don't know the madness of Damien.
Yeah. Well, Hokum is the story of a guy named Ohm Bauman, that's who I play, whose parents have passed away, and so he's going to spread their ashes at a hotel they stayed in long ago in the Irish countryside. And once he gets there and spreads their ashes and starts kind of meeting the odd characters in and around this hotel, he becomes intrigued because of all these stories of witches and all this Irish folklore, and eventually sort of gets sucked in and maybe finds that it's more difficult to leave than he anticipated.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought up the Ireland aspect of it because that plays, I think, a huge part within the narrative. So I think the only other thing I'd seen you in with Ireland was Leap Year, and I don't even know if you actually made it to Ireland.
Yeah, that was Dublin.
You were there?
Yeah.
Okay. So how was it like filming this one? Did it really sort of add to the immersion and everything?
Oh, yeah. We were in West Cork in Skibbereen, which is way out in the Irish countryside, which is maybe the most beautiful spot on earth with the friendliest people on earth. But once the sun goes down, if you're out in the middle of nowhere shooting a horror movie, it is scary. Like there's nothing you really have to do imagination wise to really get there.
Is there any other sort of like Irish, like, I don't know, touches with it? Sort of like that
the movie is Ireland through and through. I am the only American in this movie, and it's all the better for it.
I dig it. I definitely dig it. The other thing that the trailer previews is, I don't even know if this is practical or CGI, but the bulging face from the trailer.
That is not CG.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it is. I think it's just scary, real things.
Okay. So talk about, first of all, that, and then just so Damien really committed to the practical, I guess, on all of it.
He loves objects and figures and really knows how to shoot them and really knows how to make objects scary. And there is a character in the movie that you're kind of referencing with this face. It's really, really frightening. I don't want to spoil it, but I also don't want to talk about it because it's just scary to think about it.
Okay, well, before we get out of here, I guess the last thing I would say is I think Damien's really great at blending that horror comedy, but it's also about making sure you get the right balance for it. I'd love for you to preview for folks like how they're going to be going back and forth between the scared and the laughing in this one, and why that's such a great thing in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, I think any horror film needs to have levity in it. I mean, I think that I don't know if I wouldn't classify it as a horror comedy. I think that it's a really, really good, deeply scary horror movie that has moments of levity in it to make sure that you're just a little off balance.